tried this time. I really tried.
There.
This is as good as I can do, and I still failed.
The Simpsons have been making us have great laughs for decades now, and we have always appreciated that. Watching The Simpsons can make one's pain go away, as its comedy is like none other, but it has made us shed a tear or two a few times. And honestly, a show that makes one cry and laugh deserves an Oscar. Although it isn't quite known for it, The Simpsons have succeeded in making a lot of people cry, including me, in their rare, heartwarming episodes. So if you want to have a tear show, join us as we unravel 10 sad moments in The Simpsons.
Wait! Mom, I don't want you to see this. I did it.
Number 10. Bart's Gift. We know Bart is a pain in the necks of his parents. Compared to his sister Lisa, he is a troublesome and sneaky kid, and has caused a lot of trouble numerous times. Well, in the season 7 episode, Marge Be Not Proud, he does just the same thing. In the episode, Marge wants to have a normal family photo, without Bart having to mess it up with his silliness. And she almost gets it too, but it was ruined again by a security guard who caught Bart shoplifting. At first, Marge doesn't believe it and supports Bart, saying that her son could never shoplift.
My son may not be perfect, but I know in my heart he's not a shoplifter.
But a video is played to the whole supermarket, showing Bart stealing the video game off the shelf. Marge was so devastated and couldn't believe it. After his public disgrace, Bart seeks to make his mom feel better and finally comes home with a framed photo of him to replace his messed up part. And as you may have guessed, Marge was absolutely moved by this thoughtful gift and hugged him tight. And the viewers of this scene were absolutely moved as well. It's undeniable that this scene brought some tears to our eyes, knowing the kind of person Bart is. It's good to know that he has a soft and thoughtful part to him.
Oh yeah! Thanks, Mom.
Number 9. Lisa tries to help. Lisa is a very smart and emotional character in The Simpsons. She's also very different from the rest of her family in a positive way, as she always has good intentions. Well, in the season 21 episode, The Squirt and the Whale, she learns that good intentions and hope don't always fix everything. She learns this in a very emotional way too, and she won't ever forget the experience. When Lisa discovers a whale washed up on a shore at Springfield Beach after a storm, she is determined to help it get back into the water.
It's hard to believe anyone in that contest can be considered smart.
She lets the town know about this, and they come together to help the whale. But due to a lack of genuine intelligence in the town, all efforts are futile. Even though it seems like the whale won't make it, Lisa still has hope and gives it emotional support. She reads to it at night and stays with it all night. Unfortunately for Lisa, she finds the whale dead the next morning and breaks into tears. This is very heartwarming and brought tears to the eyes of many. The love that Lisa had for the water mammal was very strong and genuine, and it was tear-jerking when she lost it.
Luella? No.
Number 8. Baby talking. To many, a baby's first words don't mean anything. Some people don't even remember. But to some, its first word is the most special thing about its existence, and the Simpson family is not excluded. In the flashback episode, Lisa's First Words, we learn that Bart hated Lisa when she was born. He felt that Lisa was taking his parents' attention from him and wanted her gone. After several attempts to dispose of his little sister, he gives up and accepts the fact that she'll always be the parents' favorite. This would have been a cause of hatred between the two siblings, but Lisa's first word changed everything. She said his name. Turns out that Lisa's first word was her brother. Now that's unexpected. Back in the present, while Bart is making his point about Lisa's first words, Homer goes upstairs to put Maggie in bed, and we are given another heartwarming moment in one episode. Can't lie, this brought tears to my eyes and I couldn't stop smiling. Just as Homer leaves the room, Maggie says her first word, Daddy, my favorite part of the whole show.
I hope you never say a word.
Daddy.
Number 7. Maude dies. The Flanders family have to be the most perfect family in The Simpsons. Known for their kindness and honesty, they're the direct opposite of the Simpson family, the head of the home, Ned Flanders, being Homer's arch enemy. We have seen Ned swallow a lot of hate from Homer, which is supposed to make him flare up or be sad, so it was a shock seeing him and his family suddenly become sad. In the episode Alone Again, Natra Diddley,
Finally!
the whole of Springfield is around for a day at Raceway. when Maude, Ned's wife, is struck by a barrage of t-shirts thrown from the bleachers and dies as a result. Even though Maude is a secondary character in the show, she is the first primary death in the show, and it was very sad to see the once jolly Flander family in mourning. Even though the whole town did their part in consoling the family, it didn't stop the audience from producing some tears.
Oh my lord, she's dead!
Number 6. Barney's Film. In the season 6 episode, A Star is Burns, a film festival is held in Springfield. Many of the townspeople submit films, but they're either a bit over the top or just stupid. When Barney's film came up, everyone thought it would be the same. Big, it turned out to be a poetic musing on his life of alcoholism. He claims that he was inspired by the urge to stop drinking and turn a new leaf. Aside from the comedic inputs in the episode, alcoholism is a great problem in our society and has claimed many lives. Barney's film brought this to light, and how he can't stop it in an emotional way. One couldn't help but to shed a tear or two, because this is really emotional.
My name is Barney Gumble. I'm 40, I'm single, and I drink.
Number 5. Bart's Test. Everyone knows that Bart isn't cut out for school and good grades. It was all fun and games for Bart. He never studied or did homework, but it was the least of his worries until he was advised to be held back in 4th grade. At the end of the day, a test was to determine whether he would be promoted or not. For the first time ever, Bart actually studied for his test. He even gets the smartest kid in class, Martin, to tutor him, but that didn't work out. Even though Bart genuinely tried his best this time, it wasn't enough to get him even a D, because he still failed woefully. Mrs. Crabapple marks it right in front of him and shows him his F, and as soon as Bart sees his grade, he breaks into tears. Now, it sounds like a 10-year-old crying, which is normal, but it's much more. Anyone couldn't help but cry along with Bart, wallowing in his sorrow, because he actually did try and still failed. Mrs. Crabapple showed some sympathy too, because who wouldn't?
Oh, you don't understand. I really tried this time. I really tried.
Number 4. The Note. Lisa is quite different from the rest of the Simpson family, and that's for sure. Sometimes I wonder how she ended up in the family with her good brains and wisdom. Even though she's perfect and all, she still seeks more confidence and self-esteem. She also seeks a male adult to look up to. Well, in the season 2 episode, Lisa's Substitute, she got one, temporarily. When Lisa's teacher is under the weather, Mr. Bergson comes in as a substitute, and he is everything Lisa wanted in a mentor. Mr. Bergson and Lisa created a strong mentor-student bond throughout his stay in Springfield Elementary. But like all substitutes, one day he had to go, and Lisa didn't want him leaving. He was her mentor. She still has a lot of questions to ask about her life. She still needs someone to guide her, so Mr. Bergson gives her a note to help her answer all the questions. After chasing the train Mr. Bergson is on, Lisa finally reads the note. Now you can't help but cry. This is so touching and adorable.
And there's nobody you can rely on. This is all you need to know.
Thank you, Mr. Bergstrom.
Number 3. Homer's death. After eating wrongly prepared fugu, which is a poisonous blowfish, Homer is told by Dr. Hibbert that he has 22 hours to live. In order to live out life, he makes a list of all the things he wants to do before dying, which includes having a man-to-man talk with Bart, listening to Lisa play the saxophone, and borrows Ned's camcorder to make a video of himself for Maggie to watch when she's older. Homer also insults his boss, Mr. Burns, and reconciles with his dad, Abe. All the things on the list couldn't be done, including spending some time with his kids. At midnight, Homer gets up and goes to all his kids' rooms to say goodbye before going back to his chair, waiting for his death. But in the morning, Marge wakes up to see her husband alive and well. This moment was so heartwarming. Getting to know that you're going to live after all had to be the most tear-jerking moment ever.
You have 24 hours to live.
24 hours?
Well, 22. I'm sorry I kept you waiting so long.
Oh, Marge, I'm gonna die.
Number 2. Do it for her. In this flashback episode, the kids ask Homer why there are no pictures of Maggie in the house, and Homer proceeds to tell them the story of Maggie's birth. After Homer gets his dream job at the bowling alley, he is happier than ever before, but Marge's pregnancy causes him a lot of confusion. He knew for a fact that the bowling alley job couldn't afford a baby, so he had to quit. Mr. Burns made Homer beg for his job back and placed a large plaque near his desk which read, "Don't forget, you're here forever." Homer was miserable at work again, but he instantly fell in love with Maggie when she was born. Back in the present, Bart and Lisa still do not understand what this story has to do with Maggie's missing baby pictures. Homer says the photos are where he needs them most, all over the walls of his work area at the power plant. He has taped some of them to the plaque, covering portions so that it now reads, "Do it for her." that it's so cute. This expresses the strong bond between Homer and Maggie, and nothing is more heartwarming than genuine love.
Then why no pictures?
Oh, there are pictures. I keep them where I need the most cheering up.
Number 1, a farewell. Ever notice that we never see Homer's mom in the series? Well, in the episode Mother Simpson, we do. Homer meets his mother at a graveyard, and they begin to bond afterwards. Homer was happy to have his mother back, but after several suspicions from his family about her, he had to confront his mother. Turns out that she was on the run from the law, which explains her absence for 26 years. After realizing that his mother's presence in Springfield will do nothing but get her caught, Homer helps her to escape the town. When his mother leaves, he sits sadly in his car and looks at the stars. The stillness and reflection of the moment as the credits begin to roll is just so tear-jerking, heartwarming, and of course, unforgettable.
Homer, you grew up so handsome.
Some people say I look like Dan Aykroyd.
That's all the sad Simpson moments that we have for you. What did we miss? Which one made you cry the most? And which one just didn't? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below.
You're so silly.
Give me a banana.
I don't have any bananas.
Come on, you're holding out on me.